Out there, News 8's Kent Pierce is inside the mobile weather lab once again this morning in Waterbury now. Good morning, Kent.
Yeah, Chris and Kristen, we are in Waterbury right now, and I'm going to show you what it's like. We've been on some major roads here, but we just switched to a very side road going up a hill, and there are plenty of these here in the valley. You can see there is no pavement there. This is all white. We only have about an inch right now, but it's enough to provide some very slippery conditions. Now, we've all gotten a lot of practice driving in some snow this season, so you're going to look out and see that it's not that bad, just an inch of snow on the ground, and say to yourself, oh, that's no problem. But don't get cocky. You don't want to be the guy that made it through, 2 feet of snow without any problems, but gets into a fender bender when there's just an inch of snow on the ground. It's just as slippery. You're not going to get stuck in this kind of snow this morning, but you could definitely slide. That means you're going to need some extra stopping room. That's the important thing in a storm like this. It's going to take you longer to come to a stop at intersections. When cars are in front of you, you don't want to be sliding around out there, so you're going to have to take it extra slow. I know it's not going to look like much out there, but all that slippery, that's in the first couple of inches. We're live in the Mobile Weather Lab in Waterbury. I'm Kent Pierce, News 8.
All right, Kent, thank you very much. Obviously, a little bit of trouble with the signal there. As he moves through the state, we'll probably get a clearer reception next time. Exactly. 6:05 now. DOT crews are out there this morning. They're trying to keep the roads safe once again this winter. They've, let's face it, been out there nonstop pretty much since January started. On the phone this morning is sleep-deprived Jeff Adams from the Connecticut Department of Transportation. Good morning, Jeff. How's it going out there this morning?
Good morning. It looks like another month, another set of snowstorms coming at us.
It's unbelievable. Is it tricky? There's not a lot of snow, as we just saw from Kent Pierce in the Mobile Weather Lab. Is it tricky because it's almost at that point where there's not enough to plow, or are there things you can do right now? Or I'm sure there are. You're out there. What are you doing out there right now?
Well, right now we're just applying chemical to the road to get them wetted up, and once the accumulations do become thick enough that we have to plow, then we will start scraping the roads down.
What is that chemical? Let's talk about that. What are you putting down right now?
We're using salt and calcium chloride brine solution.
We talked earlier with John about the situation tomorrow. I guess you guys have to take it one storm at a time, but the ice storm can cause a different set of problems than the snowstorm can, correct?
Oh, definitely, yeah. And the biggest issue with the ice is that it's not a plowable thing, so that unless we get a whole lot of it.
All right, thank you very much, sir. We're going to let you go. Get out there. We'll talk to you later. We'll probably talk to you again tomorrow, so you have a good day.
Yeah.
Thank you, you too.
All right. City of New Haven still working to make streets drivable after last week's storm.
Yeah, there is a plan in place to deal with this next round of winter weather. News 8's Annie Rourke is live in New Haven this morning with more on what they've done and what they plan to do. Good morning, Annie.
Good morning, Chris and Kristen. We're on Worcester Street in New Haven. As you can see behind me, it is nicely plowed. This is a rare sight these days in New Haven. They actually had to come out last night and tow all of the cars on the odd side of the street, and this is the result, a lovely wide open space here on New Haven's famous Worcester Street. As you can see, they also have the signs up by emergency order, no parking here. They are trying to warn residents and remind them not to park on the odd side, park only on the even side today. Now, crews also spent last night sanding and salting intersections, hills, and key areas across the city. They are, again, towing and plowing also on Grand Avenue and Chapel Street along with Worcester Street. They are trying to get a handle on this because they are still dealing a little bit with last week's storm while preparing for the next. The city is planning to put its full complement of plows, 22 of them on the road today, along with 4 contractors for arterial streets and some smaller trucks on the narrow routes.
During the storm, we'll run full 22 routes of snow pushback with smaller trucks in the neighborhoods as well. On the posted snow emergency routes, the permanent signed routes, no parking on either side, and we are going to actively tow beginning at 6 a.m.
Residents are also being reminded, or property owners rather, are being reminded to clear the sidewalks. That is your responsibility. Again, do not park at all in the snow emergency routes and only park on the even side of the street on any street in the city today so that they can get out here and they can clear these streets and make it better for the next storm that we are anticipating. And of course, the mayor says they will also have the Emergency Operations Center open 24/7 through the next storm. How much is all of this costing? Quite a bit, as you can imagine. We'll talk a little bit more about that coming up at 6:30. Live in New Haven, I'm Annie Rourke, News 8.
Hartford also ready for the storm, even if money is running low there. The snow removal budget started at more than $730,000 this winter. Now it's down to less than $200,000. Mayor Pedro Segarra says no matter what, safety will be first.